Oh god, I just started talking and I wasn't live. Duh. Till I'm not awake yet. Okay. So I didn't get around to doing the videos last night for making the magic mirror, so I'm going to do them this morning in my blurry state. So I'm just going to show you what I've got here. I thought I'd come on here quickly because it's quicker than setting up everything else to do it. And this is portable as well, whereas my other cameras are not. Okay, so in here, oh, excuse the wobbliness. Right, so in here, oh, hang on, let me just go like that, otherwise you can't see what I'm talking about. Lights. There we go. So in here, I've got my herbs. So all I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to give them a quick pound. Yeah, this is red clover that I've actually got from the marshes the other day. It's lovely. There's loads of it over there actually. So I've taken at least one, if not, actually, let's tell you what I've got in there. Oh, I need coffee. So in there I've got gardenia, dittany, yarrow, mugwort, goldenrod, meadowsweet, mistletoe, heather. Didn't have any gum mastic, I thought I did. Gum mastic is also known as gum arabic, and I thought I had some, but I didn't. So I've used dittany. I've used 2 lots of dittany in it. Cinquefoil, galangal, oak moss, benzoin, wormwood, mace, tobacco, clover, red clover, damiana, and buckthorn. So there's 19 herbs in there. So if you have a particular number that you want to add into the paint, then go for that as well. There are no rules here. Yeah, so I have 19 herbs in here, so I'm going to give them a pound. And then over here I have my that's the frame I'm going to use. It's an A1 frame. I think that was £24, so a pretty good value. Pot for putting the paint in. There's my big brush. I've also magicked this old spoon. Funny enough, it's from my mum, so I'm hoping that her spirit will come through the spoon to get on manifesting, what we actually want and where we want to be. And then that's the paint. So all I'm going to do, and I'll show you when I'm doing it, is about half of that, I'd say, because this stuff is super thick. It goes a long way. Yeah, a little goes a long way, sorry. So about half of that in that pot with the ground herbs. I'm not going to grind them to a fine powder, but just enough so that they'll go on nicely with the paint. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this morning in my blurry state. Some nice crystals here. Phenolith, hello. It's got a lovely face, that one. Hypersthene, Caribbean calcite, astrophyllite. These are just sitting around from yesterday. Rose quartz bowl, which is mahusive, and in there is a Vesuvianite, cherry blossom agate, and that's the ghostly amethyst that has the face. You see his face? How cool is that? So yeah, that's what I'm doing this morning. So what I'll do is I'll get all the bits and bobs sorted out. So I'll get the herbs ground, put in the paint, mix it up, and then I'll do another video showing you that. And then what I'll do is I'll put activity outside that starts in the morning, and then I'll put all the bits together so it's one continuous video. Okay, but for now I'm going to say be fearless, stay witchy, and blessings to you all. Whew, okay, so we have ground herbs. Let me just do that so you can see what I'm doing. Ground herbs, they're in there. So they're not a powder, but they're small enough that are going to be worked into the paint, which I've got right here. See how thick it is? It's like it drops off the spoon, yeah. So I'm hoping that'll be enough. There's about half a thingy left there. Brushes. I've got a big brush as well if I need it. And coffee. So I've taken the back off the photo frame, so I am going to get going on this because it's quite warm today, so it should dry. This stuff dries quite quickly, I think. Does it dry quickly? I'm just having a look. Well, acrylic paint dries pretty quick anyway, because that's what it is. It's really, really thick acrylic, yeah. So it's you can clean your brushes just with soap and water. Okay, so I'm going to get going. I'll probably do a little video when I'm halfway down, halfway up the stairs. Sorry, Kermit just came into my head then. Do you remember that song, the Kermit song? Halfway up the stairs, the stair where I live. There isn't any other stair quite like it. It's not at the top, bottom, and it's not at the top. But this is the stair where I always stop. Random! Anyway, I'm going to go. So all I'm going to do now is put these herbs in that paint, give it a good mix, and then I'm going to start applying it to the back, obviously. I mean, it doesn't really matter what side you do it, as long as the side where you've painted is on the inside, if that makes sense, yeah? Okay, put a sheet down as well. So I don't really want to get black paint all over the carpet. There's candle wax and burns in it, but I don't really want to get black paint on if I can help it. So, okay, let the festivities begin. Okay, so about just over halfway. It's going on really nicely, actually. It might need a second coat. So once this is dry, and like I say, it won't take long to dry, as it's acrylic. So once it's dry, I'll just do a second coat. So if I lift this up carefully, yeah, you can see it needs a second coat. I don't know if you can see that. Let's put the light on. So you can see it's going to need a second coat. You can see through it. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. So yeah, first coat's going on quite nicely. Okay. Thank you for watching. So, first layer is done. I might even do 3 on it, depending how quickly this dries. It should dry pretty quick because it's very warm today. So there we go. First layer is on. Fantastic. Looking forward to using this, actually. Very cool. Here's my foot. Right, I'm going to go and put the shopping away that's just arrived. Wait for this to dry. I say it shouldn't take that long to dry. So hopefully you'll be making your own large magic mirrors for your Psychomanteum. Okay? Blessings all. Okay, so put the shopping away. So I'm just doing the second coat on here. So what I'm doing, because I went across that way with the first coat, so for the second coat I'm going downwards, okay, just so it kind of catches all those little areas just need that extra bit on top. So you can see how quickly it's dried. There's still a few bits that are a bit wet. But I'm just going to go over it. So you can see there, for example, where there's a gap. So by going the other way, so let's just hold this up. So by going, can you see the difference? So there you've got black, and there you've got the... So by going the other way, it will probably want one more coat as well. So I'm going to do one more coat after this. So it's an all-day project. I'm getting black paint everywhere. But hey, I've even got it on my legs. I don't know how I managed that, but never mind. So yeah, it will be finished today. Hopefully it'll be dry by this evening, and then I can show you. But just looking at it there, it's very cool. Absolutely love it. Oh, I meant to say as well, the other thing that you might want to dig out of your fabric stashes is a piece of black fabric. Doesn't matter what it is. And the idea is you put that behind the Psychomanteum and then on the floor, so you've got no reflections of anything light. Yeah. I meant to say that the other day and I forgot. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. But for now, I'm going to carry on with this second layer. And I'm going to say, be fearless, stay witchy. Blessings. Okay, so that's the second layer on, and I'll just show you the difference. So, perhaps we've put a light on it. So, there aren't that many gaps now. See the difference compared to what it was earlier. So, I'm going to do one more over the top, again going the opposite way again. So I'm going to leave this dry for quite a while because I put it on quite thick. So that'll take quite a while to dry. Don't forget to wrap up your brush in plastic to keep it moist. Yeah, seal it with an elastic band. Otherwise, unless you're going to wash the brush out every time, yeah, just seal it in a bit of plastic. And don't forget to put a lid on your acrylic paint as well, because otherwise that will dry out and you don't want that. Make sure it's an airtight lid, so let the air out of it. Yeah. Okay, so now it's just waiting, a waiting game, waiting for this to dry. I really like the patterns actually. It's got some really cool patterns on it, on the back. Love it. So yeah, really looking forward to using this. So don't forget, the dark moon is on the 20th, which is Monday. New moon on the 21st. So on the dark moon, what we're going to do is we're going to consecrate. If you're making, you know, a magic mirror, or even if you are dedicating a particular mirror to this work, yeah, either way, we're going to consecrate the mirror, and then we're gonna just, you know, use it in the Psychomanteum. So the Psychomanteum, let me just remind you, is when you have a scrying mirror, and it usually needs to be quite a large mirror, yeah, especially if you've got more than one of you that's using it. So this is about the right size for both me and Ian, because you're not looking at yourself in the mirror. Yeah, you're not actually, it's not like when you use a mirror when you're gazing at yourself in it. That's a very different thing. This is actually using the magic mirror in a very powerful way, using the elements of water as well as fire. Where we're actually going to set it up is there. So that's actually facing north, which is really cool, which is perfect. Because that's where the spirits, that's where they're going to be coming from. So if you can orient your mirror north or west or northwest, yeah, that would actually be really cool. Because obviously that's the north is where the other world is, yeah. So yeah, so anyway, I was saying before I digress, so the mirror is fixed to the wall, so the bottom of it is against the wall, yeah, but the top of it sits at a 45-degree angle. So the easiest way to do it is, if you've got a frame like this, a couple of bulldog clips on the top, and then we've got a really nice, it's a threaded hook, because we've got dado rail. You can see that, it's the rail that goes around the middle, so we can actually screw things into that wood, yeah. So we've got a big hook that we're going to screw in to around about the middle of where the mirror will sit, and then just 2 bits of string. Doesn't need to be fancy, yeah. Bulldog clip on each end, and then the string attached to the bulldog clip, and then you just get it to the right angle. So it might have to go more than 45 degrees, it might go less, depending on where you're sitting. So if you're sitting higher up, then the angle of the mirror will be slightly different to if you're sitting on the floor. Because we're sitting on the floor, the mirror will have to be angled probably more than 45 degrees, yeah. So before we actually come to do the dark moon stuff, just, you know, make sure you know how to get it set up, yeah. So the idea is, so behind the magic mirror and on the floor in front of the mirror, you have the black fabric, so that there's nothing reflecting in the mirror whatsoever, yeah. You might, you know, see your toes, that's about it, all right. In front of the mirror you have a bowl of water, so I've got a really nice black bowl that we're going to use for that. So it goes fabric behind the mirror, bowl of water in front, and then you sit in front of the mirror, and then behind you is the candle, yeah. So you get the candlelight flickering, yeah, which, I mean, and we're also going to be using the really nice mirror magic. Let me just turn that around. So we're also going to be using the really nice mirror magic incense, which is mugwort, wormwood and myrrh, which is amazing for this stuff here. And then it's just a case of sitting, getting yourself into that theta brainwave state, into that trance kind of state, and seeing what comes up. And obviously, depending on the herbs that you've put into the blend that is mixed into the paint, you know, obviously that will dictate, when you are using it to set intentions, that will dictate, you know, the flavour of your intentions, yeah. So it's, oh, I'm really excited. And this was something, there's a link to any of you who have actually watched Helia. There's a link to that, but there's also a link to a very cool paranormal investigation program called what's it called, Kindred Spirits, and that's where we saw this in action, and it is amazing, yeah. So we thought, right, we got to do that because we're going to do mirror magic anyway to set this intention, but do it in a way where we, you know, what I've been talking about, where we lay down the tracks of where it is we want to be and what we want to be doing. And then you press that through the mirror into this alternate reality, different tracks, whatever you want to call it, quantum jumping. But yeah, when we saw that, we're like, oh my God, yes. We have to do that. And I'm like, shit, we haven't got a tall enough mirror. We got a long mirror, but not a tall mirror. And I'm like, okay, so we just make a magic mirror then. We just make, you know, this probably isn't the biggest frame that we could get. But budgetary constraints, you know. If I could, I'd make a massive, 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 massive one. We will do it. So yeah, quite excited actually about the whole. So anyway, yeah, so the dark moon is where we will consecrate it and set it up so that when we want to use it again, we have a word. And it's a case of, if you think of it like, you know, in all these kind of shows where they, you know, magic, and you touch it, so you touch the mirror and it ripples. Think of it like that, yeah? So think of it, you know, when you're activating it, so you touch the mirror, and that's kind of the idea of it, is it then becomes that liquidy, changeable portal, yeah, which is what this is. It's a portal. So we're going to be doing that, and then, you know, use it for scrying. We're going to actually do some scrying with it on that dark moon. And then on the Tuesday, the 21st, is when we're going to be setting the intention with it. So if you don't know already what your intention is, so I'm guessing, because, you know, we've been doing this work for a little while now altogether, so if your intention has changed, so maybe you've reached partway there, but now you know, you're just a little course correct, so have a think about, you know, the next step, if you like. For us, we're still on the same one. We still want the same thing. It's just taking its sweet time to, well, we're on the path, you know. We keep being told that, you know, you're on the right track. It's all right. You're on the right track. Just keep going. I'm like, okay, for fuck's sake. This is a bit like one of those 14-mile walks where you think, fucking hell, whose idea was this? But anyway, I digress. So yeah, on the 21st, we're going to be doing the intention. So projecting. So now being clear, even if you're a process person, being clear about your intention is important. So if you're a process person, it then becomes about the process of getting there, and, you know, double checking the map every now and again. Am I going in the right direction? Yes, no. Okay, so course correct if you need to. If you're an outcome person, then definitely have something around you which keeps bringing your focus back to that place you want to be, yeah. Anything else I need to say? I don't think so, really. I haven't set the times for this work yet. Oh shit, it's actually on my phone. But I will put up, what's in my eye now? I will put up the events over the weekend. Can't really do much while this is on the floor. But over the weekend, I will put the events up for this, the times and everything, and anything else that you might need. I've actually found over on the marshes, there's a huge, massive mugwort plant. Well, massive for me anyway. I haven't seen one like that for quite a while. So I'm going to go and pick that on Monday. Hecate's mugwort. That will then be hers and hers only. She likes it when I do that. Anyway, so I'm going to go. What am I going to go and do? I'm not sure, because I can't really do a lot while all this is on the floor. Can't do any training or anything. But yes, enjoying this process. It's very cool. You can, if you wanted to use black gloss paint, you could. It just takes a very, very long time to dry if you use black gloss paint. Because we did that with the smaller ones that we made. And while they, you know, they took about 4 days to dry because we put it on quite thick. But this gesso, this stuff, is amazing. So I've kept a little bit of it. I did have to top this up for the very last layer. So this is a 500ml pot. So it's done that whole bit. That's 3 layers, don't forget. And I'm going to save a little bit to do a bit of touching up on some globes I've got for tuna. They need a bit of TLC, so they're going to get a bit of TLC with the where's the other one, which is very cool. Got them off eBay for about 15 quid, I think. But they need a bit of TLC. They need a bit of touching up on the wood. So I've kept a little bit aside for that. And anything else really that might need a little bit of a TLC. You know what I mean. So yeah, loving this. I really hope that you're going to join us for the work on Monday and Tuesday, because it's really nice actually that the dark moon's falling on a Monday and that the new moon is on a Tuesday, because as we know, Mars is amazing at getting things done. So very cool energies for those days. But I will definitely put up the events for that, the times and everything, and anything else that you might need. Okay. Well, I'm going to go. I'm going to let this dry, and then what I'll do is I'll be on here with just that very last layer, which will just finish that off nicely, because there's some small gaps in that, very small, so that last layer will sort those out. Fantastic. And this this frame was, I think it was £24 on Amazon. The gesso was, that's peanut butter. That I think was about £9 or £10. And like I say, it's a 500ml pot. I didn't have the time to see if I could source like bigger quantities of this stuff, because what would be really nice is making these magic mirrors to sell. Actually, I think it'd be really cool. So yeah, I mean, £34–35 for the gesso and for the frame. I mean, obviously brushes we already had, and the herbs we already had. So if you want to buy a magic mirror this size, that costs you well over £100, well over, because I've seen very small ones that are black. They're not normal mirrors, they are black mirrors. Very small ones, like the size of a like just a 4x6 kind of photo, for like £30–40. So if you wanted to, you could make these to sell, and if you undercut those people And because that, you know, we do it in a way where it's pure magic with the herbs, you know, it's just amazing, actually. I think it is anyway. So why not? Why not make them to sell? I'm thinking I might do that myself. So it's good stuff. Anyway, I'm going to go because I'm waffling now. So I will do, the next video will be the very last layer I do on this, which is in the pot ready. Yeah. So I will see you later on. Be fearless. Stay witchy. Blessings. Good afternoon, witches. So we've been out for our walk. And I'll just show you where it's been put on quite thick. There's still parts that are not dry yet, so that's going to probably take another couple of 3 hours to dry it, and then there'll be the last coat to go on it. But you can see it's just black. It's black, 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 black. But there are little places where the light's still coming through. So that last coat will take care of those, which is good. Now, something that I twigged actually when I was painting it, and I actually came up with a really cool rhyme for when we do the intention, and I will post this up. So I've got, when we so hang on, let me just backtrack a minute. So something that I found when I was writing the rhyme for setting the intention, what came through was, because for me magic is literal, yeah, so when we do the great banishing, that's literal, yeah. When we do any of the stuff we do, it's literal, yeah. So what came through was, oh, hang on a minute, because years ago Ian actually painted small postcard sized pictures of where we wanted to be, yeah. And what's really weird is we did find a house, but at the time we just didn't have the resources to be able to do it. So I still have these pictures that Ian painted of, you know, the house and what the kind of land would look like. So what I thought would be a very cool idea, because we're creating a portal to set an intention for a track, yeah. This is what this mirror is all about for us anyway. So if you're doing a similar thing, then check this out for an idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, I'm not going to show you the pictures because I don't want to, that's a secret bit of it, if you see what I mean, yeah. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick those pictures on the back of this mirror, yeah. So it literally works like a magnet to pull that intention through, yeah. I really love this idea. I think it's amazing. And the other thing I'm going to do as well, now I think I put this up in the advanced witchcraft. If not, I will post this. This is Tutankhamun's wishing cup. And they were, when we went to the exhibition, this was a postcard that we picked up. So if you want, what you can do is you can write your intention on the back there, maybe add a couple of bay leaves, and we can burn that. Or, you know, if you want to make up a little, using this, write your intention on the back, make up a little, for want of a better word, a little sachet with herbs in it, you know, just an idea, and we can burn that. And then the idea is we direct the smoke through the mirror, yeah, I really love this, direct the smoke through the mirror towards where we want to be, which is stuck on the back of the mirror, yeah, using this chant. So here it is. Hang on. Oh, hang on, wrong one. So I will write this all down for you, don't worry. By water, by fire, release our desire, or my desire, yeah. Create the new track with no looking back. Onward we move to be where we will. Our desire and magnet keeps us aligned. What is needed to get there is easy to find. This target we've set is manifest, see. It is so, and so it be. So, as we're directing the smoke, yeah, through the mirror, through the portal, acting as a magnet, yeah, oh my God. And if you wanted to, you could use the drawing incense for that as well. That could work as well. So you could use a mixture of the mugwort, wormwood and myrrh with the drawing incense. That's the drawing incense that the recipe for that is in with the Great Banishing. So I'm going to be busy over the next couple of days making lots of incense blends and yummy things. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. Like I say, I will put this up so you can download it. I'm putting it in front of it. I'll put this up. Hang on, let me do it that way. I'll put this up so you can download it if you want to. Make it quite a thin piece of paper, yeah, or draw it if you want to just copy it. If you don't want to print it, draw it. Yeah, so I'm quite excited about this. So I'll just show you a little picture. I've been doing all kinds of weird shit today. The dark moon will be at 10:25 in the night, and the new moon will be 10:24 when we set the intention. Because what we're going to do is we're going to tap the energy of Mars in that particular one. So this little picture here, I don't know if you can see it. So you got the fabric, yeah, which goes behind the mirror and along the floor, so you get no reflection. The mirror, 45-degree angle. The water goes in front of the mirror, and then you sit. And you could even, you know, move yourself back, you know, away from the mirror if you needed to. So all you're seeing is Smurf is the black, yeah. So maybe you might see your feet, and that's it, yeah. Behind you, I'm going to have an altar behind with Hecate and probably Odin as well, actually, and then a lit candle, and then obviously the camera. So I'm filming it behind us. So yeah, quite exciting. There's the dog. Say hello, Smurf. He's tired, he's been on his walk. So yeah, I will post the next video when I'm putting on the last layer, but it's looking really good. I love it. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to say be fearless, stay witchy, and blessings all. Okay, let's see what we can do. Oh. Hello, okie dokie. So I've put the last coat on. Unfortunately, I couldn't video it because my phone died on me. So we have, I'll show you this magic mirror. This is the back of it, obviously, which on the back of it is still a little bit wet in places, but when you hold it out, I wonder if I can, I don't know if I'm going to do this with one hand. When you, I'm not going to be able to flip it without it coming out, but when you check it against the light, there's, hang on, let me just put this down a minute, bear with me. So when you check it, yeah, it looks like a giant TV. It's quite mad actually, how much it looks like a giant television. So there's, I've gone around, checked it and checked it and checked it. So there's no, I'll hold it up. So it's all done, finitoed. So that's that's the back of it. So it's all done. Found my piece of black material. It's Henry's one of his bits of material for his backdrops, and it's a perfect size as well. It's perfect length, perfect width, fantastic. So I haven't got to buy any material, which I love. Right, let me just see if I can flip this over. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. So it's, like I say, it's still a little bit wet in places, but it's done. It's been sewed. So looking forward to getting back on that. But before I put the back on, I'm going to be putting the pictures that Ian, or copies of the picture that Ian drew. And that was a good few years ago, actually. Let me just see if I can put the torch on. That won't let me put the torch on. No, it won't let me put the torch on. Okay, I'll put the torch on then. So yeah, hi Wendy. This is the back of the mirror. That's they still drying. So I'm really looking forward to using this actually. When I told Ian about what I was going to do with putting the pictures on the back, so that when that portal is activated, and that is like a magnet, so that you drew, they want to be active. So tomorrow I'm going to be making drawing incense, because last night it had raw onion in it, and it went off. I stuck my nose out and I'm like, that smells a bit funky. So yeah, I have to make some fresh drawing incense. Yeah, I'm going to take a photo actually. Once it's dry, I'm going to take a photo, because there might even be something in there, like a message. It'd be really cool if there is. But it looks really cool. It looks like we've got a giant telly in the room. There really would be a giant telly. But it's very cool actually. What else did I come across? Was there anything else that I've posted up the Witchcraft, the 2 moon Witchcraft. That's now up on in the Path of Witchcraft, in the Advanced Witchcraft group, and also on MeWe if you want to download that and use that when you are setting your intention. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach bay leaves to it. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but I think what I'll do is I'll create a little sachet, paper sachet of herbs to burn, and the smoke is going in the portal, creating that drawer for where we want to get to. Yeah, so I'm bored of seeing that now. So yeah, that's posted up, so if you want to use that for your magical work, that's cool. What else? I found, what's the other thing that I found? Other things you will need, actually. Let's talk about this briefly. I will put all this up in a document. Probably do that tomorrow. So, other things for consecrating, yeah, and empowering the magic mirror. Let me just quickly So I am gonna have to get some black material, because when the mirror is not in use, the small mirror that I made before, when it's not in use, I have it covered with a piece of black fabric. So I am going to have to go into town and buy some black fabric. like a sheer fabric, yeah, just so that when it's not active, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, I just like doing that. Just cover it with a piece of fabric. You can just cover it with the normal piece of fabric, but I'm going to go and get some. So what will the inscribed candles be about? Inscribed candle. Well, I guess I can't remember what the inscription was when we made these mirrors before, but I would inscribe it with so when you create your intention, when you realize what your intention is, you can scribe one word which kind of sums up that intention, and you can scribe that on your candle, either in English or you can use runes, whatever. Yeah. I'm just wondering whether to use candles in all four directions. In theory we could, although the one to the north I'd have to put on the altar out there. So you'd need 4 small candles for each of the 4 quarters, yeah. And the candle that's behind where you're sitting, that's the one you want to inscribe, yeah, with your the one word which is your intention, yeah, which represents your intention. Words. So we consecrate the mirror with water and salt, and then we pass it through smoke and flame. Okay. You can also use an oil. If you want to use an oil, you can. Yeah, oil. So an oil for this would be around the psychic work, or you know, it really does depend. If you want to anoint it with the oil for your intention, then go for it. Yeah, I think we're going to use our luck oil, which is the blend of lotus and oak moss. So that's the one we're going to be using, because that randomly came up at the beginning of the year, so that's the one we're using for this year. Yeah. What else? Anoint 4 corners with wisdom oil. Then the center, say some words. Have a magic word ready as well, yeah, because like when we did the talisman, yeah, you activate them by pressing them, so it's like a button, yeah, and then saying the word, either, you know, in your mind or out loud. So make sure you've got your magic word ready. For me, my magic word is my witch name backwards. So it's easy for me to remember, and that's the word I use for all things like this. Using the mirror. So I'm just reading the notes from the last one. Okay, so you definitely need incense. You'll definitely need 4 small candles and the one big candle that sits behind you, which is the one that you inscribe with one word which kind of sums up your intention. Yeah. You'll need a black cloth behind the mirror, but also and I've got some sheer fabric actually I can just use on the night, something to cover the mirror. Yeah. before we consecrate and empower it. Okay. And we are going to be using it on the dark moon as well. We're actually going to give it a go. The Psychomanteum. We're going to actually give it a go. We're going to try it out for, you know, just like a test run, yeah? A test run before we do the intention setting on Tuesday. I am just so looking forward to this. This feels really, it feels really powerful, actually. Is there anything else I wanted to say? Just reading my notes. So I've got a few bits and pieces to put in a document for you that you can then download. But I think that's just about it, really. So yeah, just waiting for the paint to dry, and then put the pictures on the back, and then put the back on the back, if that makes sense. And then don't forget, don't forget, before Monday, or you know, before the dark moon stuff that we're doing, to get the position of the mirror right, so that you haven't got to do that on the night. Yeah, you pre-organize it. So for us, oh blimey, oh no, ran the wrong way now. So we're gonna stick a screw hook in the dado rail, and that will hold the mirror. 2 bulldog clips, either on the top or on the side of the mirror. I'm not sure which I'll do yet. Probably be the top of the mirror. And then the hook, obviously, that's where the bit of string goes. So you can angle it properly, so when you gaze into it, pardon me, you're not seeing your own reflection. Okay. So I think that's all I wanted to say. Was that it? I think that was it. Yeah, really excited about this. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be making some incense. So the recipe for the drawing incense is in ongoing learning under the together with the Great Vanishing stuff. The drawing incense recipes in there. Incense blend for the actual, well, I'm looking over there, it's not over there yet. It's in front of me. So an incense blend for the actual scrying, myrrh, mugwort and wormwood. Very powerful. Okay, so I'm going to go. Be fearless, stay witchy, and blessings all. Good morning, witches. I've literally been awake about 20 minutes. I haven't even had a sip of coffee yet. So when I come in this morning to look at the magic mirror, excuse me, I'm just pouring my coffee. Now when we did the last ones, the smaller ones, we did them when it was glass that we painted on. And this big frame is Perspex. So if you're using a glass fronted frame, I don't think you're going to get a problem. But because this is Perspex, hang on, let me show you. It must be shrinkage, I don't know what you'd call it. I don't know if you can see that. There's little, it's like stars. Yeah, which is great, but that's not what we want. Because the back of the, oh, there we go. The back of the frame is that colour. So all I'm doing is just doing one coat of black on that backing board, okay, just so we don't get this colour shining through the black, because that would be really annoying to go to all that work and it didn't quite work. Okay, so that'll dry in no time, and then I'll put the pictures on the back of the frame, ready for tomorrow. Really, I am just so excited about this. It's so cool. So yeah, I'm just going to do that, and then that's that last little bit. I'm also going to make some candles today. I've got to make some incense, so I could make the incense tomorrow. We'll see how much time we got today, because we do the big walk today. We do the big walk. Well, it's not actually a big walk for us. It's a mini walk, but it's usually 2 or 3 hours with the woofer on the marshes. So we'll see how much time I've got today. So yeah, just thought I'd share that with you in case you have a similar thing. Like I say, if you're painting it on glass, I don't think you're going to have an issue. Because we didn't have this issue when we did the little ones. You can even see it from this far away. You can see the little star glinting there. That would be really cool if you were doing like a light box that looked like you wanted to look like stars. But that's not what I want. Anyway, so yeah, thought I'd share that with you. Just a little tip. It might even be nice to just paint the back of the board anyway, to be honest. So it's all black. I'm getting more guests tomorrow, or today actually, so I might even paint, if I get time, I might even paint the actual back of it as well. So it's all black, yeah, which would be quite nice. So yeah, I hope you're all well this morning. Oh God, I can't believe blurry this morning. It was really hot last night. Hot and muggy. It's not pleasant. So it doesn't matter how you sit, you're hot. It doesn't matter what you do, you're hot. And it's like, for fuck's sake, just rain already. And it did. It is. It's raining. We have that really light, drizzly rain today. So it'd be quite nice walking on the marshes today with that rain. Anyhow, I'm going to go. I'm going to finish this off. And, yeah, go do a walk. Fantastic. Right. I'm going to say, be fearless. Be fearless. Stay witchy. And blessings. Enjoy your Sunday. Good morning, witches. Oh. Do you ever have one of those mornings where you go, okay, I'm going to do this. And then you get looking at photos. Oh my God, all of a sudden like an hour has just gone. That was me this morning. Anyway, dark moon tonight. You don't know how excited I am about this magic. I was saying to Ian yesterday when we did our big walk, it feels like everything that we've learned, everything, all the dots that we've connected have kind of led us to this point. Oh, sorry, I've got sleep in my eye. And this feels like it's a cherry on a cake, yeah, because it's, sorry, sleep in my eyes. It feels like, I don't know, it's one of those things where this magic is powerful, but it's actually really, really simple, yeah. And that's usually the way with things that are very, very powerful. They're usually extremely simple. Very simple ideas and concepts, yeah. Anyway, so just a quick recap. I have posted stuff, like order of service, etc, etc, etc. That's all gone up. What else? Bits and bobs that you need for today and tomorrow. So I just wanted to show you the mirror. So I've put the back on it. Let me just turn this around for you. So I had to because, you know, the nature of the beastie is when you're putting layers of paint on, this is the back of it, by the way, not the front. When you're putting layers of paint on, obviously you're going to build up layers. Pardon me. So getting the back on, I had to shoehorn it with a spoon. So if you're going to do that, make sure it's quite a thin spoon. I've got a little bit of damage there, but I'll just top that up. I did do another coat on the back and on the back of the picture as well. I've stuck our photos, our manifesting photos on the back. So this is the top. I know this is the top because that's the top. So let's give it a clean. So this is the front. It's pretty cool. Let me stand it up so you can see. It needs a dust. So it's a very, very cool mirror. How cool is that? Let me put the light on so you can see it. You'll see. There we go. This, I'm pretty sure this is where, I don't know actually, unless it's where the back of the perspex got scratched. I don't know, it's really bizarre. But that'll be fine in the actual thing. It's like that there. It's like, it's really odd. It's a little face. Never mind. I'm not that fussed. But that's perspex for you. It'd be very different doing it on glass. So yeah, it's very cool. Loving it. Like I said, I'm going to give it a good old clean because it needs a clean. So yeah, I did have to shoehorn this in to get these. So just be aware of that, yeah, when you do put the back on the frame. So it might take a little bit of persuasion with, make sure it's a thin spoon, yeah, otherwise you'll cause more damage than you want to on the back of it. But oh, and I got I did it all, it was all pristine, yeah, and then I came in and I was like, what's that? And it's off this bloody, where it had paint on it before, and it's like, oh, so I had to just tart that up as well. So it's got a little blemish on it. Obviously for a reason. Ian put up the hook. So basically, we've got two bulldog clips which will attach to either side of probably the top, I'm not sure yet, of the mirror, and then string round there, and then we can adjust it to get the right angle. So it'd be set up here, so all this would be out the way. So it'd be set up here. Yeah, we've got the black material there. I've got a piece of sheer black fabric. Funny enough, it's got spiders on it. Yeah, so really looking forward to it this evening. Don't forget, we're meeting on Zoom at 10 this evening, yeah, for about 10:15 start. So you've got 15 minutes to get there, okay? So it'd be lovely to see you all. Now, just so you know, when we start the Zoom call, I haven't muted anybody, and your video will be on. Just so you know, if anyone's got any questions, because this is a bit of new work we're doing. So if anyone's got any questions, you know, absolutely, you know, feel free to ask. And then I'll get everyone to mute themselves, and if you want to, you know, stop your video, if you I mean, this won't be seen on YouTube or anywhere like that. The only place it'll be seen is in the Path of Witchcraft group on the pathofwitchcraft.com. Sorry, on the Advanced Witchcraft group and on the website. So, you know, it's not going to be it's not a public ritual, okay? So you don't need to worry too much about your face being all over the internet. So yeah, meet at 10 for a 10:15 start, and by the time we get to the part where we're we'll be consecrating and empowering the mirror, will be in the moon hour. Quite looking forward to that. So yeah, and then so we get to consecrate it, empower it, and then we're going to use it. So we'll see what happens. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm really looking forward. I'm really excited. And then tomorrow, similar thing, except we're going to be using the herb sachet. And what I've done is I'm taking some of the herbs, not all, some of the herbs from the list that I used in the back of the mirror. What am I using in that? Did write it down, I think. Did I write it down? Okay, so I'm going to be using heather, dittany, oak moss, benzoin, clover, and buckthorn. That's in the paper sachet. Just, you know, like a teaspoon of each, that'd be enough. And you can either make your sachet as like a little envelope, yeah, or you can like try and gather it up. I'm going to do mine as a small envelope, so I'm going to probably double fold that and make a small envelope from it. Obviously, don't put any what's the thing, sellotape on it. Okay, you don't want to be burning that shit. Anything else? I can't think of anything. But if anyone has, oh, crystals. That was what I was going to talk about. Crystals you can use. So, I mean, it's pretty much, you know, things like, I mean, the ones I've been using recently. I've got some over there. So I'm definitely going to be using the rose quartz with the Vesuvianite in there, because they both relate to, you know, doing stuff that I love. You know, it's very heart chakra based. Astrophyllite I'll probably use. The cherry blossom agate I'll probably use as well, because that's all about manifesting the wishes. The pinolith definitely for ancestors. Hyposthene definitely for answers. I've got the Lumerian over there as well. It's a bit of a mess in here at the moment. But anything for scrying, so if you've got an obsidian mirror, I have got mine somewhere. Can't remember where that is. It might be on the... I'm not sure where that is, actually. I have to find that. Lost my obsidian mirror. So yeah, I mean, anything around scrying, making your wishes manifest, and obviously depending on what they are, you know, if it's money, you might want to go green aventurine and citrine and pyrite and stuff like that. If it's love, you might want rose quartz and other heart kind of crystals. Yeah, so it depends what your intention is. And obviously the intention setting is for tomorrow, so you haven't got to worry about that too much today. But you know, get clear on what it is that you want to manifest. That's why the pictures that Ian drew, blimey, that was back in 2015 when he drew those. And we did use them for a little while, but then, because back then we didn't even have the courses. They didn't happen until 2016. So what's, oh no, maybe even later than that actually. It's 2017. Might have been 2017. Wow. So at the time we were kind of struggling moving forward with the business. We weren't quite sure where we were going with it. We were just kind of, you know, seeing what came up. I think at the time I was trying to sell Angie's herbal stuff, actually, not having much success. So it was a bit a bit kind of, because we changed track, quite drastically, moving away from the Hindu deities, even though we've come back to Kali and Durga, which is quite bad. We got rid of a lot of our, because we had Ganeshis and Lakshmi and like so much stuff around those deities, and we just like said to everyone that we knew, right, come around, everything's £1, done. We got rid of all of it. I think everything went, and that was a huge change for us, because we've both been on a yoga path for so long. That was a massive change for us, when we decided to actually fully embrace, this land and its energies. Although it's weird, isn't it? How, you clear everything out of the way, and then you do, and you're like, nope, this is, and then things creep back in. Well, actually, they don't. It's very strange. It's like you gradually bring those things back in that actually work, and that's the thing. That's why we've come back in a very big way to the yoga and using Kali, Durga, and even I'm connecting with Sekhmet at the moment, because we had a lot of Egyptian deities. I think Ian's still got those, actually. We didn't get rid of those. Ian's still got those in the other room. But yeah, Sekhmet and Thoth, they're the only two I really connect with. The others I don't really. I tried connecting with other ones, but it didn't really work. But those two do. So anyway, I'm rambling now. I'm rambling about weird shit. So if anyone's got any questions about the mirror magic this evening or tomorrow, let me know. You can get me on here, or I'm spending more time over at thepathofwitchcraft.com. MeWe's okay, but we really want to get thepathofwitchcraft.com up and going. So if you know anyone as well, if you have any witchy friends that you think would love our site, please invite them. It'd be really nice to get this. I don't even want to call it community. It's a safe place for witches. It's very cool. Yeah, so invite people that you know. Let's get this, I think Michelle said the other day, let's blow this out of the water. Yeah. I like that. That's very cool. Okay, so magic mirrors are ready. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean it. I'll tart those bits up that got that thing on them, and then I'm going to wrap it in my fabric so it's ready for this evening. Yeah, set it, make sure that it all sets up properly on the wall. Very excited. Oh, so the incense that we're using tonight is, we've got dark moon incense that we're going to use, plus I've got, pardon me, I think I've got some, bear with me a minute, I think I've got some in here, dark moon, there's a little bit of that left. I'm going to show you inside the cupboard. This is inside my cupboard. So this is the altar. It's got the little cupboards on it. This unit was actually my Nan's mum's cupboard. It was like a, I don't know actually, I don't know what they would have used it for, to be honest, but I think they used it to put their telly on. Quite randomly. I've also got Hecate incense. The Odin incense is over there somewhere, so I'll have to get that down. So in here there should be, that's not it, that's not it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, hang on, what's that? Mirror Magick incense. Don't think there's a lot in there, so I'll have to make some of that. But I've also got a clearing incense. Did have. Oh, hang on, is that it? Is there any in there? Oh, there's a little bit in there. Tiny bit. Cleansing prior to Mirror Magick. Oh, there's fuck all in there actually. So I'll just use a cleansing incense later on. What's today? Oh! Today's the day I go and collect, when we go on our walk, go and collect the mugwort. What's that? Oh, chaos magic incense. Nice. So, I've got Dark Moon, Hecate, Odin's up there, Ariane Rod is out on the windowsill, and I'll make up a little bit of this Mirror Magick incense. You don't need a lot of this stuff because it's, well, I find it actually makes my eyes water if I burn too much of it, but that's just me because I have a very sensitive nose. But there you go. Beckmet's got some roses at the moment. I actually found some red roses, which is pretty bloody amazing. There she is. The other day when I was canting my dragon's blood, I spilt a load. So I just smothered Sekhmet in it. And what's really weird is that when I was reading about her later, it said that she likes being anointed with dragon's blood. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's why I did that then. So yeah, that's her roses there. Anyway, so I'm going to go. Oh, candles. Candles are ready. I've just got to anoint them. Actually, I need one more of those. I'll buy some more beeswax sheets because I'm out. I used them all. Made loads of candles. So yeah, it's coming together. So if you have any questions, give me a shout. Yeah. But yeah, that is the magic mirror. It's like a giant telly, isn't it? It's bloody good clean, but yeah, all good. Fabulous. Whee. Okay, so I'm going to bugger off and sort this room out so I can actually do some yoga today. I haven't been able to do yoga for 2 days. It's taken up the whole space. So, yeah. So, okay, I'm going to go. Have an amazing day getting ready for this amazing magic. And I'm going to say, be fearless, stay witchy, and blessings all.